you know what, I'm getting eaten by bugs again, and I've got insect repellent on. It's absolutely crackers. Absolutely eaten for breakfast. Morning guys, it's about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm at a local nature reserve, just having a wander around, just see what wildlife I can see and get a few steps in before a long day at work. I've got about another 10 hours pushing a machine later on, so I figured I'd get out, get a few steps in, and try and keep this video nice and short, because what I'm finding is people are commenting that I tend to go on quite a bit, which is very true. I do understand, but this is all very new to me. I'm still learning how to edit things and figure out how to, you know, cut things down to shorter lengths and stuff. But anyway, it's a learning process. Now, it's been mentioned to me a few times that, you know, eating only grass-fed is incredibly expensive, and that it can be restricting for people who can't afford it. And is it completely necessary to have completely grass-fed produce all the time? And whilst I do think it would be nice and something to aim for, I don't think it's totally essential to have completely grass-fed products. I think we have to have some kind of compromise and common sense, a sense of realism, and think, well, you know what, sometimes grass-fed, grass-finished just isn't available all the time. Sometimes you've got to have a mixture of both, you know, some which are factory raised, some farm raised, some, you know, pasture raised. You've just got to get what you can get, but eat the best you can possibly get at that particular time, and just relax about it, don't stress out about it, and just go with the flow. Now, if you was to ask yourself which is the more beneficial of these two scenarios, one, eating whatever quality of meat you can get hold of, whether it be grass-fed or sometimes supermarket meats, or a diet which consists of ready meals, you know, processed foods, takeaways, fast food, things like that. You've got to agree, eating the animal products, whether it be grass-fed or grain-fed, it's got to be a lot better, and it's an awful lot less restrictive to those who can't afford grass-fed. Because whilst it would be amazing to live on nothing but the finest quality grass-fed products throughout the day, throughout the week, for the rest of your life, it's just not attainable for a lot of people. One, it might not be available, and two, it's just too expensive for some people. And we don't want to push people to the side and say, well, you can't be part of our little movement, you can't achieve our level of fitness and health because you can't afford the entry price. I think that's wrong. I think everyone should be able to get onto this way of living, way of eating, and I think it'd be a shame to push people away. So whilst I do agree grass-fed is obviously a lot better, free-range chickens are a lot better, obviously, but compromise. Just cut people a little bit of slack, and if they want to eat less than the, you know, premium product, let them. I don't think it's the be-all and end-all. I don't think they're going to suffer any ill health, not by any stretch of the imagination. If you can get, you know, 50% grass-fed, 50% standard supermarket meats and animal products, I think you'll do fine. Now, obviously, as an industry, I think it would be much better for farming to actually go to less intensive ways of raising cattle and sheep and pigs and things like that. But at the moment, I don't think the industry's there. And I think whilst there is such a push to push us away from eating animal products, I think there is going to be some time before the industry changes and moves to more almost like holistic ways of raising animals. But you know, we live in hope. I think nutritionally there's not a huge amount of difference between grass-fed and, you know, other means of raising animals. I think I'd heard Dr. Sean Baker mention that if the two different types of raising animals, grass-fed versus grain-fed, were like athletes, grass-fed would be the number one athlete in the world. Grain-fed probably 2, maybe 3. Now that's pretty good odds to me, really. I've certainly not suffered any ill health by having a combination of grass-fed and grain-fed. There's no real difference in flavour as far as I can tell. I know some people would purport that there is a massive difference in flavour. I wouldn't say a huge amount of difference. I do eat some really good quality foods, and I do appreciate it when I can get a really good steak, get some really good lamb. It tastes amazing. But I'm certainly not going to get hung up over it. I'm certainly not going to think, well, you know what, my life's ending because I haven't got all grass-fed today. So I'm certainly not going to get hung up about the fact that I haven't got the best marbling in my steak, that I haven't got the juiciest, plumpest chicken roasting in the oven. As long as it looks good quality, it tastes great, and it's animal based, it's fair game to me. So it's just a nice short little waffle, this one. I do appreciate the fact that I've been waffling on for quite some time, really. This one this morning has been a little bit tougher because I didn't sleep that well last night with it being so, you know, hot and humid here. But you know what, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? So I'm wishing you all loads of success on the carnivore diet, or whatever diet you follow. Doesn't matter to me what diet you do follow, as long as you're fit, healthy and happy. And I shall see you in the next one. Right, you know what, I've absolutely no idea where I'm wandering to, so let's see where this goes.